If you listen to the media, you would think that the socialism march is coming straight through Main Street America. A lot of people are talking about it, but as I indicated earlier, the American voters, they are not stupid. Secondly, many of the people who are cheering for these socialistic ideas, they don't even know what it is. I spoke at the University of Kansas a few weeks ago, and I asked the question to the students in the audience. How many of you all were born before 1992? None of them raised their hands. I said, do you know what happened in 1992? The USSR gave up on socialism because they tried it for 70 years and it didn't work. All of the 15 countries that were part of this socialist pact, as they call it, they all went their separate ways because trying to make socialism work, no matter how you spin it, it didn't work. So most of the snowflakes out there who are cheering for all of these socialistic lunatic ideas have no idea what socialism is. Bernie Sanders irritates me every time he says, I'm a democratic socialist. No, you're not. There is no such thing. He is trying to smooth it over by putting the word democratic in front of it. And if you go back in his history, he's not a socialist. He's not a Democrat. He's a communist. But a lot of young people don't know that. That's why we have to educate them. So my announcement to you is, socialism is not going to beat out capitalism in November 2020. Now that doesn't mean that they're going to stop trying, because they are. And as the younger generation gets older and we don't educate them, one day they might vote for a socialist. Don't let it happen, folks. And it starts at home. Here's another thing that a lot of young people don't realize. In the history of the world, since dirt, socialism has never worked. That's a fact. That is a fact. And we have to educate our kids. First, they got to know what socialism is and what it isn't. Then they got to understand what capitalism is. Capitalism is what built the greatest country in the world. It wasn't socialism. Capitalism built this nation. Did you know that the United States of America generates approximately 25% of the world GDP, gross domestic product? Nobody else is even close. We're talking about the world, 25% of gross domestic product. Do you know what our population is relative to the rest of the world? Less than 5 billion people. We only have 330 million citizens, roughly. Less than 5% of the world population. 25% of the world GDP, less than 5% of the world population. You know what created that? The Constitution, which is not a suggestion. Competition, that's what makes people better. It holds prices down. Constitution, competition, and capitalism. 3 C's, not just because my last name starts with a C. But think about that. And you got people who want to change it by giving away everything. No, in America, the United States of America, you work for everything. And if you want to stay at home and be a snowflake, come back home after you go to college, take more than 4 years to go to school, that's a problem. So it has to start in your home. Thirdly,